This is the meeting of the Parking Authority of Fairfield. This is a regular meeting held Thursday, June 30th at 7 p.m. This meeting is being held in the first floor conference room of Independence Hall, 725 Old Post Road, as well as it's being held via conference call bridge.
Thank you, Eileen. Good evening. This is Rich Fitzgerald here. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I know Eileen circulated the agenda a couple days ago. First order here is to approve the meeting minutes from the May 19th meeting. I know she circulated them towards the latter part of May. I had no comments or questions or edits on the meeting minutes. I think they're well done. Thank you, Jude and Eileen. If anyone else has any comments, if not, I'll make a motion to approve those.
I second.
Okay, great. That was Adrian who seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. That was David and Michael. So, excellent. Next on the agenda here is just a chair report. I have nothing personally new to report here. I know it's been a busy month, and I'm looking forward to a couple of other updates from Eileen shortly here, but nothing from the chair report. Well, I guess technically, should we comment here about the rent? Yeah. Okay. So maybe, I'm sorry, just to go back on that one. If you remember correctly, we did have the open vacancy in the southbound, lot there in terms of the Black Rock Canine open lease that we had there. So we did reach out to the potential tenants interested a couple of years ago. She did evaluate it. First off, he did vacate the premises, no problem. It is actually very clean. I've looked in. I mean, it's been there a couple times, and it's actually bare. It's took down the TV, sadly. But everything is fine. We did go back out to the person who was interested a couple of years ago, the tenant prior to Black Rock Canines, and she looked at it, but she thought the space was too small, unfortunately. So it was something we were going to hopefully have a nice win there because I think we like the person. So as of right now, it's open for rent, and I don't know if we've seen any new inquiries there, but if anyone in their networking knows people, please, this week.
I actually, I may. I actually do. Someone actually called me, and I don't know if they were aware, but just wanted to see if you could.
Yes.
Oh,
so,
definitely.
Even has a small environmental, site testing and oil tank removal and things like that. So he said he would like to take a look at it.
Great.
Okay. You have my number, so just give him my number, and then I'll meet him whenever he'd like to go.
Sounds good.
But it is open for other people, too, so it's...
There's a for rent sign in the window, so hopefully we'll generate some interest.
Yeah, I mean, with any luck.
And I'm sorry, what was the rent again on that?
Well,
or do we know?
Well, it had been $300 when the last tenant, and then we were going to expand. So
that's right.
That's still
out there.
If somebody would really want the bigger space, we could talk about doing that again.
Okay.
Otherwise, they can just look at the smaller space, and I guess we'll talk about it. I gave you the rents.
Right. I mean,
comparable rents. So.
Don't set a price, but clearly everything has gone up, but we'll negotiate. Okay. And I think it would be market pricing.
Right.
But thank you. If you have a referral, that's even better.
Yeah, I'll let him know.
Okay, good. So that's it from the chair report. So sorry about that. But I think that's encouraging that everything transitions smoothly from the previous tenant. So with that, I will turn it over to the Parking Authority Office report and give us an update on renewal. So thank you.
Okay. So first to talk about parkers, total parkers. Today we had about 520. Month to date we had about an average of 500 parkers per day. The quarter to date we have about 450, and year to date we have about 350 on average. And the reason why those numbers are going down is because, remember, we had the impacted Omicron in January, December and January. Also, we had a slower start. Like the numbers in last July, August, September were lower than what it is now. So that's why the average dropped. So the trajectory is good. You know, we're moving up.
How many spots are there?
There's in total 1,100, almost 1,200 spots.
I think the other day I saw 715 roughly between the two lots. So
there was
that was
Yankee game yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday I think.
Yankee game. And,
oh right, day game. Yeah.
So we had a lot of day parkers there. Yeah.
Day parkers, as everyone knows, that's our best source of short cycle revenue. So we like when that happens. But 700 is our probably our peak today.
Probably our highest, yeah. So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good percentage of the utilization.
Right.
And just I looked at the average Monday through Friday for fiscal 25, and Monday, do just give you a feel for the peaks and stuff. Monday has been 325. Again, this includes the impact of Omicron, so it's not so much the number, but just the peaks. So Tuesday, I'll just talk about the peaks. Tuesday is our highest day. I think Wednesday is becoming our higher day as well. So Tuesday and Wednesday are a higher day. Thursday, interesting, drops a little bit. And I would think Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday would be all high because that's when most people I talk to that call the office are out, from out at the station. Most people are going in those 3 days. Not so much Monday, a little bit, some people, and Friday's really low. So that's what we're seeing. So those are the total parkers. That includes permit people. Out of the day parkers, month to date, we had an average of about 125 parkers per day, with 91% being at Fairfield, 9% at Southport. For fiscal 22, we have an average of about 104 parkers per day, same percentage break split between Fairfield and Southport. And again, that also is impacted by just Omicron and so on. Of the day parkers, 61% have been paying on the mobile app and 31% at the kiosk. So now talking about fiscal 23 permits. We sold at around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We had sold 1,053 permits in June alone. So for fiscal 23, as of around, say, 3 o'clock, we had 1,575 was the count for permits. 87% are Fairfield, 13% are Southport. This is 98% of the FY21 number and 91% of the FY20 number. And think about FY20, people bought it in July of 2019 before anyone knew what was about to happen in March. So versus last year is really the one that you can kind of benchmark, and it's 98%. We have had some people who called today and said, you know what, even though I put because Mackenzie and Sammy, our summer intern, have been calling everybody who's in the approval queue that all that's waiting for is for them to pay and so on, or people that had inquired. And they reminded them that you got to make your payment, today. And there were several people, not a lot, but several people said, I'm not going to renew. I decided against it. But I would say, while we've heard that from a few people, that hasn't been in any way the majority. I think there are less people that are buying them because they're either working from home remotely when they don't know when that's going to end, and they figure, hey, when I need one, there's no wait list. I'll take my chances. Whereas before we had a wait list, so that was more incentive for people to hang on to the permit.
How many do you sell, or how many? I obviously you can sell more and then you have spots, but I don't know what.
So we sold about 2,200 in 2020, and that's usually about what we sell. Last year we sold 2,045, 2,050. And then this year we've sold 1,575 so far as of this afternoon, but a lot of people I'm hoping will go online tonight. We know that there are a number of people that are going online tonight. And then if some people forgot or whatever, we'll certainly make honor the renewal for them. And they won't be able to do it online, unfortunately, because the portal comes down, but they will have to just give us the information, paper form, and a check.
That's encouraging.
Yeah. I mean, it's when I looked at the percentage. Yeah, when I looked at the hard number, I thought, oh boy, that's much lower. But then when I looked at the percentage, I thought, okay, that's not so bad.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're 90% last year.
98%. Yeah.
That
doesn't seem right. Seems like it should be lower. That's what it computed to in the sheet, but I think.
Did anyone on the price? We did some debate last meeting, but no one saying the price.
Nope.
Okay, good.
No, not at all.
Okay.
That's the ball. That was not working, but anyway.
Any towns, I know Mackenzie does a really good tier analysis of.
Oh, that's Chris does that.
Fiscal year, Chris, okay.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else on the same fiscal year as us?
Good question. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know that we ever asked that.
Just did the actual, what's the annual?
Yes. We just asked the annual, if they've discounted for COVID, when they stopped. Everybody has long stopped. We were probably one of the last ones. And then what their numbers are. So we're due for that. We usually do that in July. So during July, we'll do that report again.
No, that's good data point. That's what's your year-over-year goal percentage.
Yeah.
Get that. But if we're 98% is horrible.
Right.
I think it's from a lower base from the previous year, but at least it's 50% of.
Yeah, but that 98% is starting to bother me. Something's wrong with that. That doesn't make sense, given the number. 1975 versus 20. Versus 2000 should be much less. Yeah, something's wrong with that percentage. So.
Well, then that might be an issue. Okay.
It will be less. Maybe it's 90%. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, this is Mike. Just a quick question. I'm trying to think of the right way to ask this question because I think there are probably a number of variables that go into play. But is there a level of purchases, or just a level of permits that is the level that we need to reach to be financially sound, et cetera, allow us to do the projects that we want to handle this year from your perspective? Does that make sense what I'm asking?
I know what you're asking. It's, we have a lot of other costs, so
right.
I have to look at all of that, insurance, all those kind of things. But given the price point, I haven't run a scenario yet to see what the break even is for it. It's something I can do. It also would include day parking forecasts, and I'm wrapping up the June numbers now that I have. Now that it's the end of the fiscal year, and I'll be doing the what that is, and then the forecast. So I can answer you, but I just can't answer you right now, Mike. So it's something I could get back to you on.
Yeah, in my personal opinion, I don't think it needs to be done immediately, but I think it's an exercise that should be done. Again, that's my one man's opinion, but others may differ. And I understand that probably if we wait a little bit longer, we'll have even better data around the day parking, be able to forecast that even better. But now that we feel like things are stabilizing, maybe step back and say, okay, where do we think we're going to wind up? Over the next year or 2 years, in terms of the permits, in terms of day parking, and then what does that mean from a revenue perspective, and back it out.
Well, I have been doing that. I do each month. I add the monthly actual, and then I forecast out where we'll be by the end of the year. So we do that exercise, but the question of what is the break even based on number of permits, that's something I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd have to do that calculation.
And remember, we also got some savings on the town services so that actually helps us in terms of our net expenses. So maybe there's a shortfall in revenue, but we mitigate some of that with the service fees that we would pay the town. So, but it's actually a fair question. I guess maybe we should have the takeaway is whether it be the August meeting, September meeting, once we finalize the permit, we should do an updated forecast.
Yeah.
And we don't have any large capital projects on the slate as well that we would be funding ourselves. So, but it's a very solid question. So we appreciate that.
Still hoping that solar panels reemerge. I think that probably makes you crazy to hear.
Mm-hmm.
No, not at all.
No. So, especially if we get a one-time fee for that. So.
Okay. I see.
And all I know is I was a few minutes. Well, I cut it close for the 7:21 the other day, and because there were so many cars in the lot, I did not make the train. So the lot is filling up. I will. I've got to change. I've got to give myself a minute or two extra now because of how far away I have to park. But I digress. Anyway.
I see the problem. There's a problem with the formula in there.
Okay.
So I'm going to say it's probably 80%.
Oh, 80%. That's a different story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of last year as of this afternoon.
Okay.
So I can give you all an update by July 15th. We would like to have anybody who had not renew, and then we're going to go out to the wait list, which we have less than 100, but about 100 people that we'll sell permits to. So that will help too, and they all came on this recently, so they are very interested.
And there's a chance that the people who didn't renew were then going to go to daily.
Yeah.
So there could be a net
until they figure out what they want.
What the break-even.
I would actually ask what the fee is. I just don't remember. Even though I paid it. What the
per
fee
day?
Is per day.
So it's $650 plus Connecticut state tax.
That's it all in, right?
So and I just wonder, and if you were to break it down by day,
it's like 1.6 days a week is your break-even point, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
You need a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I always think now that the app
so if you go in
easier,
2 days,
but it's like, I don't know, it's like one of those things. Yes, it hurts to cut the check, but you're like, it's just easier, right? Yeah. I don't know. It's just,
if you go in 2 days a week, you're more than broke even. So it's worth getting the permit. But
everyone's got a different mindset, and there's still uncertainty in the world, so we get it.
Yeah. We only have one car, so we're not leaving in a lot of this early.
Right. Understand that. Okay. Well, that's a very good update. I think we have a couple takeaways maybe for the next meeting or future ones, but I think that was it from the pre-planned agenda items. Anything else from everyone? Okay. Great. So with that,
I have one just very simple question. I was standing on the platform, and I can't believe I'm asking this, but I'm not sure where anyway, there are a lot of weeds growing in the gutter of the station house.
Yeah.
Which means, and water can leak in. Are they blown out or cleaned out on a regular basis? The
They
gutters?
haven't been. They haven't been. I have to talk to Public Works about it. They would be the ones to do that.
Okay.
And I know we've put in service requests before about it, and it kind of comes and goes with what they're busy with and when they can get over there, because that's not a simple, quick job.
Right.
Right.
I do know that they are working a lot on some of the grant projects. So I'll talk to them and put in a rec for it. I'm not so sure how quickly they'll get to it.
That'd be nice though, because
Yeah.
a couple big storms.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It just drips down.
Right.
It drips down.
Good eyes on that, Mike. So thank you.
It's on both station houses, particularly New Haven, I think.
Well, Rich, that was the day that I missed the 7:21, so I had to wait for the 7:36. So I had a couple extra minutes on the platform. So I noticed
You
these
had time
things,
to
too.
peruse.
Right.
At least you didn't say the paint it needed to be painted, the station house. But no, that's thank you.
That's next week when I miss the train. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Good eyes and ears though.
Right.
All right, good. Well, with that, I'll just make a motion here to adjourn the meeting at 7:27. Anyone want to second that? All right. David, second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Adrian and Mike too. So